明かり空を照らしてほのかな藍色で染めた百合のとばりが黒く塗りつぶした秘密を教えて隠し事すべて包んでくれるような深い暗がりに見とれて私は目を閉じることできないままで夜明け前まどろみ気だるい体起こしてまだ眠ってる世界の息遣い耳をなぞって朝焼け輝き黄昏終わり迎えて誰かが教えてくれた勇気をつける言葉を差し込む光が大地を照らして酔いの影を息を潜めた影のない街は白飛びした写真みたいで宇宙誕生の秘密でさえも解き明かすような無垢な光に眩しくて私は目を閉じたから知らないままで
Malaking epekto sa PH Nationals ang pagkawala ni Ujisan at Cab sa kanilang lineup. Dahil sa finals, natalo sila sa Korea at sa Malaysia. Kung kamakailan, sina Ujisan at Cab naging map-pool selector at nayari sila sa kamay nila Steve Curry at Kobe Bryant. Sa PH Nationals 2024 fans, in season na ang ating team. Ako nga pala si Steve Curry. Kasama ko dito si Kobe Bryant.
Hello,
Okay,
hello
okay.
po, hello po.
Tapos na.
Ano ba to? ay, nga pala, kami po si
Ano ba nangyayari?
si Steve Curry at Kobe Bryant. Hello po.
Kobe Bryant. So, on a more serious note, alam mo, this meme really got to me, kaya naisip
Yeah,
ko
eh.
din ni Surf, why not have this like as our intro?
Kaya nga
Yun
eh.
na nga.
Exactly. So, what are we gonna do tonight? Ano nga ba?
We're gonna reveal the qualifier results as stated in the stream title. I mean, what else are we gonna do, right?
Oh my gosh.
Pero,
What else?
I think let's make it clear
Uh-uh.
na let's just make it clear lang na this is just gonna be a qualifier results stream and we won't really be able to show the map pools yet because we don't want this to go on until like 12 a.m. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
We know that
Bo-
some of you might have school and all that.
Ano pa? Just to note, we'll just announce this in advance. Like the qualifier, the round of 16 map pool will be tomorrow at 10 p.m. So typical PHNats PHNats fashion. Monday 10 p.m. ang showcase. So anyways, it's about time for us to reveal the results and uunahin natin ang Purki.
Yes, Purki. Woo! Okay. So I wanna start this off by saying we have some very interesting results. Like actually very interesting results. Some of them may be unexpected, some of them baka expected na. But take it away from here. I mean, like let's just change the stream.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be the one doing all the talking.
Sige, we start with the very bottom. From the very bottom, so tayo? From number 23, kasi 23 players ang naglaro for 4K, and then until we get to number 1.
So here we have, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'll just say physics diff. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, physics diff. So in here, we can say that, I guess in terms of general physicality, it's kind of what they really gotta work on. I mean, not to mention, Ellen coordination is also pretty much a crucial factor. They gotta consider working on as well because that's one of the lesser physical aspects, and I was expecting them to score a bit higher because it's kind of weird that they have a pretty okay score on double helix compared to something like Afraid, because that kind of implies they got like a B or something there. So yeah, that's about it really. Just gotta work generally on physicality and probably come back next year for another attempt at this tournament.
Okay, so now let's go for our number 22.
So we have Hydra Boy 54. By the way, stay hydrated, everyone.
Yeah. Teka
it's
lang.
quite-
Hydrated. Hydrated. Teka lang, Hydra to eh. Hindi tubig.
Stay Hydra then. Stay Hydra. I
guess.
don't know what that is.
You
Stay
don't know,
Hydra,
you
guys.
don't know what a Hydra is? Yung yung maraming ulo.
I mean,
Tapos
yeah, I know
tapos
what the Hydra is.
Oh,
But,
okay.
like, I'm just saying, if we can't say
Okay.
stay hydrated, stay Hydra, I guess.
Okay, anyways, back to the
Okay.
scores.
So once again, physicality seems to be a problem here. That's kind of a common trend. Those on the lower end, like those who don't qualify, typically don't have the physicality to even be able to coordinate their fingers on something as difficult as Little Ones or any of the charts here. Because physicality, as much as we hate to admit it, is still a big part of what 4K is. So let's move on. Let's move on to 21. Because I think we will be seeing something similar.
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
similar.
sort of.
Ayun.
So, yeah, Aqua RD. Again, physicality is really a big concern. Also, I think I see it on two scores, which is LN2 and Hybrid 2. I see it on both of them. I just wanted to say that to everyone so everyone's aware.
Oh my
But
gosh.
like what I said, yun na nga, like physicality is really something that a lot of these players gotta work on. Because in order to be able to play these charts, you need a base physicality. And then you improve from there. I think seed 20s are almost the same. Let's take a look at who seed 20 is.
Okay, so unang 4-digit natin from the rankings.
As you can see, even an 800k score. We were seeing 700ks and 600ks on the previous players. And even a 100,000 point average increase is not enough. Just goes to show how difficult these pools really are and how stacked and talented and skilled all the others are as well.
Yeah,
Like, these
indeed.
players are good players, don't get me wrong. But yeah, they just gotta really work on these certain factors that can help them improve.
Okay, so let's move on to our next one. So, we have our number 19 seed, si Fruitcake.
Yep. Fruitcake. The first score that fits in the qualifiers, which is seed 15 at Afraid. I'm afraid that's not going to be enough because that is not the only factor here. It seems to me that Fruitcake has been able to coordinate their fingers enough. And I know Fruitcake has played a few tournaments here and there. So it makes sense that they have like the base skill set for LN coordination. It's really just the physicality. Again, in order to be able to apply coordination, accuracy, and many others, you still need the base skill set for physicality.
Okay, next one.
I think that's about it, really. This one might surprise people, by the way. We have here
Oh,
Seed 18, Dota 2 Invoker.
Also, ano lang ha, just to pay attention, this is a 7K player. In the 4K bracket, nakikilaro lang. And look at the scores. The highlight here, I think, is LN1.
LN, actually no, both LNs are
Both
highlights
LNs,
here
yeah.
because they both fit qualifier. They're both. I will say, this player is a 4DM finalist. 4DM to third placer.
Yeah.
Definitely has the credentials to play 4K well. It's just there's a difference between how 4K and 7K are played. In the sense that 7K heavily relies more on coordination while 4K is more of a physical game. I mean, that's not to say 7K isn't physical. It's just really the priority on qualifiers here from what I can tell.
Alright, so moving on. And the last person to actually miss out on the bracket.
This one might surprise a lot of people. It definitely surprised me. And here we go. LS Tenshi. Tenshi is an extremely good player. The fact that the E didn't qualify should be a testament to how difficult this tournament is.
Yeah. Nahila lang talaga siya ng nahila siya sa Rises sa hybrid. Most notable scores here again coming from the LNs, which I honestly think like a lot of the 7K people who are in this are gonna be excelling on the LNs as we've seen as well, like from previous years. Pero again,
yeah, that's very much true.
also, di ba, Tenshi is like from a 4DM team as well.
Yeah, a 4DM finalist from what I can remember. I could be wrong, but I remember them reaching far in 4DM.
Okay.
I remember they were top 6 or top 4. I can't remember, but they placed pretty high.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember. It's really a difficult tournament. You can't blame Tenshi for that. Again, LN shows that they have the capability, but the hybrids and the Rise really held them back. So yeah, seed number 16 surprised me a lot in a very good way. And I'm actually really happy because this guy is one of my very cool friends. Along with Tenshi. Tenshi's a cool friend as well, and he's very awesome. Seed 16 surprises me. Another friend of mine, Sakuragi Fish, qualifies for this tournament. I'm actually really happy for him.
Actually,
He deserves this.
Actually, like very consistent form all around, all over for the most part. The only thing really that they have to be careful is like more on their LN coordination, if I'm not mistaken. Yun yung kasi yung LN1 ninyo. It is the lower of the two LN scores, but again, very consistent form.
Seems like he's gonna have a decent Rice performance. And hybrid is fine, but like what you mentioned, LN coordination. Yeah, this is gonna be a big problem. If Fish has to improve on LN coordination, in my opinion. Also, that's Fiery from BFTI, by the way. That's
Okay.
based, I think. I think it's based, by the way. But again, like what you said, LN coordination, basically it.
Yeah. Pero,
LN coordination, really.
so one of the things that they'll have to monitor as well, like especially going into the brackets, this is their first major OC tournament as far as I know. So they're gonna be in for a hard task kasi number 1 seed agad kalaban niya their very first competitive match. Anyways, at number 15 we have an old name.
Yeah. You know, Hago typically is in the middle range of qualifying. So the fact that he's down at seed number 15, that's
Well,
gotta say something, right?
I mean, nag-improve siya from last year though, from number 16.
Number 16 siya?
Oh, nakalagay nga dyan, di ba? Oh.
Okay. I didn't notice that. But, ano kasi, the impression I had with Hago, at least from some of his replay scores, kasi I remember he play tested some charts last year, was that, okay, he's in the middle of the... He's in the middle. But then, now that I realize, who was in the middle last year? Ah, right, it was Volpsy and Oreo. I keep on forgetting how stacked these tournaments are.
Indeed. Like,
It's actually crazy because yeah, Hago would normally be like a higher seed if this was like 2022, 2021, but no. This is 2025 and we're still a very, 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 very stacked,
Okay,
very
so
stacked tournament.
moving on.
This is Bronya Zaychik. I am trying to remember. Oh, this is Trey Blanc, I think.
Oh,
Trey
okay.
Blanc? This is the seed 17, I think, last year, or seed 18, around there.
19.
Which is 19.
Ayan, no.
Alam mo, I keep on forgetting the last year's placing is there. I'm trying to remember kasi. Pero that's crazy. It's actually great that they're able to qualify. But I want you to take a look at that Rise ability. Seed 10 on both. That goes to show that we should expect a consistent form from this player from start to finish. Well, that's a great thing. It may sound like a great thing, but you have to remember, in the earlier rounds, typically players get higher accuracy. So while consistency is great, you gotta be higher at the start, and only from there do you really start to expect people to drop off. Because I don't think people will be dropping at the start. I don't think they're gonna be dropping at like what? Round of 16. No, they're not.
Okay, so
Okay.
moving on. Ito na, we're starting to see some more
So we
one-digit
have
scores.
here- Yeah, look at Paracosm. Paracosm, I think, is also Fuka. You will know this player as Fuka usually.
Ooh.
So, what can I say about Fuka? Fuka's a very, very good Rice player. I mean, it's really evident. Look at that resist the demise. Seed number 8. Seed number 8 and seed number 12 on Little Ones. You know, it's one thing to have a lower seed on Rice, but I want you to pay attention on how Rice 1 is lower than Rice 2. So this is gonna be one of those players where you have to eliminate them early. Because the moment you let them advance late, they're gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Only glaring problem really for this player is their LNs. I'm actually pretty surprised na naki-carry over niya yung consistency niya from Rice. So actually hybrids, like look at the Double Helix and Ashwings, like they're not too far. Like relative to the entire roster. Like the scores may be lower, but still though. Alright, moving on to our number 12. We have the 2021 PH Nationals champion.
I can't wait to see the chat's reaction to this, especially J1002.
Kaya nga eh.
Because, okay, look at this. No single-digit seeds, but very consistent all around. It's just the early game hybrid. You know, back in 2021, when I picked J1002 to be in the MWC team, he is a very well-rounded player. And it's super evident right now. Look at this, 11, 12, and 13 overall.
Yep.
The problem is ceiling is a very important thing. Consistency is important, floor is important, but ceiling is also important. This player has a very high floor, but the ceiling is going to be what could be make or break for the J1002 here.
Yeah.
Because you need to have a very high accuracy to be able to advance to the later rounds.
Yeah, but again, like it's a very big surprise to you to see this player this low in the seedings, especially considering that they are a former nationals champion. But again, they're a champion for a reason, and they should be able to show some good form still, even at the earlier rounds of this tournament. All right, let's move on.
It's crazy to think. Let's go. It's really crazy to think these players are in C12 and now C11.
Oh my
Everyone knows
god,
this. It's Bliss again.
Yeah,
My God.
we're
Everyone knows this guy.
we're turning the clock back.
Alright.
Yeah, the glaring
We're,
thing
we're
here.
having
Ano ba?
we're having all the uncles here. We're all the uncles here.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
Like, come on. It's crazy to think that we're living in a time that these people are really considered
Yeah.
uncles or old or whatever. Oh,
Grab-
before
oh.
before I move on,
Ano?
yeah, kayang-kaya naman ni J1002 yun. I mean,
Oh
he
my
won the world's finals in League of Legends. You gotta remember
Oh! Ano yan? J1 faker? Oh my god.
No, J1 is Gumayusi.
Oh!
No, J1 is Gumayusi.
Oh, okay. Tagal ko na gets, kagi. O ano? Anyway. Well, apologies about that. Mamba out.
Yeah, Mamba
Mamba out.
But yeah. So Bliss here. Ano ba what surprises me? Aaminin ko to
Ano?
The fact that his LNs are pretty high. And his Rise is also pretty okay.
Pero yung
Pero
hybrid.
tignan mo what happens.
Anyari sa
Yun na nga
hybrid?
If you're good at both, naturally, you'd be good at hybrid. But no, that's not the case.
Kaya nga eh. Anyari. Well,
Isn't that
yeah.
like, it's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
the opposite, di ba? You're
Yeah.
good at one, and doon ka lang talaga magsasuffer sa hybrids.
Yep. But no, you're good at both and then hybrids,
But
anyari. But anyways.
You know, I'm gonna say this
Yeah?
If you're gonna play against Bliss, before you move on, if you're gonna play against Bliss, you don't pick Core Jack. That's 100% sure because Bliss is like one of the best Core Jack players. I think he was like literally the best Core Jack player or one of them, a top 3 minimum in 2021, 2022, something like that.
I actually just remember this guy being in like the same tournament as the J1. Like J1 Bliss, like sino pa ba? Like from the 2021 Nationals. Shoutouts nga pala kay Uji-san. Tetris 17 hours. Anyways, let's move on to our next player.
Okay, let's go. So, who's the next player?
Yep, we have
the
Jay.
next player, it's Jay. I'm gonna be real with you. This is the biggest surprise for me because I didn't know how Jay will do on the qualifiers. But, wow, those LNs definitely carried him very, very much. And honestly, his hybrid performance is also pretty good.
The Rice, though, something to work on, but thankfully for them, like it's just barely enough to not pull them down further really.
Yeah, pretty much. Just gotta work on early game and early physicality because the early game has always been Jay's like weakness, but it's pretty good on the mid game. That's gonna be what I will predict.
Okay, let's move to our next one. And we're in the top 9. Oh my gosh.
Look at Valeria is one of the best Rice players in this tournament, and I think that's very obvious.
Yeah.
You cannot let down on Valeria anytime. Not to mention, look at that hybrid. His hybrids is also not bad, but those LNs, yeah, that's the one thing he's always has had to work on.
Pero, ano naman like,
Only thing he really got.
I mean, what? Like, the pools are gonna be easier for the round of 16, so ideally, they should be able to keep up much better than this.
Yeah, but hindi, I disagree. Hindi, I disagree.
Or mahirap. Okay. I mean, yeah, considering their scores, it will be hard.
Hindi, I disagree. Alam mo bakit?
Oh, bakit?
Hindi, here's the thing Wait lang. Ito, gato kasi yun. If your LN1 score is low, chances are, mas mahihirapan ka early game. Gets? Kaya tingin ko it's gonna be a really big challenge in the early game for
Fair enough.
LN that is.
Fair enough. Anyway, since that's number 9, so our next one is going to be Valeria's opponent in the bracket. In the round of 16, we have...
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Two players opposite.
Ito, LN
players
versus
opposite.
Rice. LN versus Rice battle agad tayo.
Yep. Two of the this. I don't even know how to describe how crazy this is because it's just Ellen versus Rice.
Kaya nga eh.
I mean, it's the same thing. Look at the Rice scores versus the Ellen scores.
Yup.
Although to be fair, mas nakaka-keep up siya sa Rice compared to Valeria keeping up with Ellen. But the score disparity is still there.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a pretty interesting dynamic going to see between both players going into next weekend. Pero overall, really, like whoever wins that match is I think they're gonna have a pretty interesting bracket overall, really. Kasi ang dami lang, like they're in that side of the bracket that they're gonna be facing the number 1, number 4 people. Like if it goes a distance, so I don't know. Like they have to work on their everything, really. Like everyone here, pretty much, they want to get far in this tournament. Anyways, now let's go to our number 7 seed.
Okay, number 7. Here we go. Sen. Another old name.
Also,
Jesus, there's so many old names here.
Also improved seeding. Number 10 siya last year.
So binaliktad lang niya yung sarili niya. Kasi 10 siya last year. Ngayon 7 na.
I mean you cannot may 7. Merge mo 7 at saka 10.
Wait a minute. Wait, look at this. Seed 7, 10. Look at the seed 7, 10. And then if you look at the overall average, the average rank, it's just 7, 10, and 7. What's this guy doing, bro?
Also,
I think he's sending us a message.
yeah, also another weird thing, like I know that average ranking, like, which we do use for specific skill set specific ranking. The actual seeding mechanic is similar to last year, yung soft score rating system. Pero this is interesting to see, like both number 6 scores pero yung overall rank is like 7. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's very ironic.
Yeah. Anyways, may pinapahiwatig to si Sen eh. 7, 10, 7.
Oh, eh.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a feeling. That's what they want to say. But anyways.
Okay.
Ano ba susunod?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Okay.
Number 6 is going to be Silicosis. Okay. I was expecting Silicosis' best scores to be from the Rice department, but instead, turns out, it's gonna be Hybrid. These are really good scores, by the way, on Hybrid. Very, very, very good. And overall, the potential from Silicosis is very high. That's just a very, very good qualifier run in general.
Yeah, and pero like from last year's seeding from number 6, retaining number 6 like shows some consistency. Like even with a harder pool, like they're able to just stay within the same position. But again, they're gonna have quite an uphill task to get far in this tournament. I know that Silicosis has been trying to get to that final few weeks of the tournament. I hope that they actually manage to get that far this time around. Okay, 5 more names. And we have
let's see what's gonna happen.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, Unitori. I'm hungry for pancakes now. Thank you very much.
Same.
But so yeah, this may have been lower seeding, which I think is just really the Rice. But I mean, if the Ellens and Hybrids are really this high, then I don't think it's gonna matter too much.
Yeah, like
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you wanna know my opinion on this? Like,
Go.
okay, sure, Unitori may have lowered their seed, but this could be beneficial if, let's say, they're able to have a good matchup, which is seed 12, J1002.
Oh man, that's
I
a
feel like
classic.
accuracy really, yeah,
Accuracy will be the main factor
yeah,
really in that matchup, I'd say. As you were about to say it as well, I think Yuritori has the like better accuracy overall. Actually, one of the best accuracies in the entire roster. But again, point of concern lang talaga
very much.
is their physicality. I think at this point because like you need to be that physical. You need the physicality to be able to act the rice picks at this point in this tournament. Like that element.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, like, I'm just saying let's go because it's crazy. Like these matchups are looking so interesting, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited to see what's up ahead of us.
Okay, so let's move to our number 4 seed. We have Plena, our
Number four
former
is
number 1 seed.
Plena. Yeah, Plena is number 1, which is crazy.
Number 1 seed last year.
This is one of. I think it's that seed. I think it's the stage 1 and stage 6. Like that really.
Yeah.
That stage 1 and stage 6. I have a feeling stage 1 had a miss. I'm not gonna lie. Stage 1 looks like there was a miss because because the stage 5 score was higher than stage 1. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for pretty much. Okay. Any other comments before we move on to one of the most shocking things in this qualifier, I think, for a lot of casual viewers?
Maybe, but man, to anyone facing Plena, okay, actually anyone from seed 6 to 1, my general comment is
Yeah.
each one of them is going to be really difficult to pick against, if that makes sense.
Fair enough.
They're all going to be really hard to pick against.
Okay, so up next, our number 3 seed. We have...
Yeah, this is a huge one. Forken being seed number 3.
Wait,
okay,
wait a sec.
okay.
Wait a sec. I think
I was gonna say something, but I'll.
wait a sec. I feel like I'm getting reports that the stream is buffering.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I think so.
I see.
Okay, let's see if everything gets fixed. Blame PLDC
Alright.
as always.
Really? Is it already fixed?
Well, anyways, I am recording this just to make sure like we have a better one. But anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, so where were we?
Yeah, we are at Forken.
You know, Forken is a really, really balanced player. So I feel like regardless of what seed he got, it's not like 100% indicator of how he's gonna perform in the tournament, if that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And like, overall, I don't really have much to say because Forken has such a balanced scoreline, if that makes sense. What do you think, Sir?
Well, Forken is Forken. They're one of the best players in PH overall. Like this guy is one of the
Yeah, very much so.
one of the more favored players here to reach a podium outright just because they're Forken. And they gotta show that.
Exactly. Yeah, they really have to.
Okay.
So, I want to preface this by saying number 3 and number 2 will shock a lot of players.
Okay, so our number 2.
Alright, number 2 is gonna be
Yes.
Boji. Yes! This one I think will surprise.
Yes.
This one will surprise a lot of people.
I cannot wait to see Twitch chat if the stream is still working. I cannot wait.
Yep.
Like,
Oh
this
man. What?
is
Okay. You want me? I'm gonna reveal something to the chat. Okay.
okay.
The difference between Boji and Forken is 0.02.
In terms of rating, yes.
That's how.
That's how
That's
close
how
it is.
difference. That's how close the difference was. It was just 0.02. That was the difference between Boji and Forken. And, like, before this, Boji actually was behind Forken until the last lobby came and they swapped places.
Yup. And now, speaking of just back into this guy. Well, matter of concern is their LNs. Like, they're one of the strongest LN players in PH, hands down. Pero,
Ayan na!
Oo.
Ayan na! The chat is
Ayan na.
booming!
oh my gosh. Yup, that's it. You know how the stream has been buffering so bad. Hi guys.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. Wow, look at it! It's just continuous.
Yup.
Yeah, again, the gap between Boji and Forken is 0.02.
Oh my god.
That's how close it was.
Indeed.
But the gap between Seed 2 and Seed 1 is actually pretty sizable at 4.04. Yeah,
Yep.
4.04. So, I think we can already tell who the number 1 seed is. Come on.
Yeah. And there you go. There's Levette, our number 1 seeded player. Well, oh my gosh. What can we say about this qualifier set?
It's crazy. That's really, really crazy. The fact that Fanter just gets number 1 seed. I mean, look at that score distribution. 2-1-1-3-4-2. Boji and Forken had like seed 6s and seed 5s. Fanter only has up to seed 4.
Yeah, my. This qualifier set, actually, this entire roster is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, wow.
That's just how crazy it is. Yep.
Well,
What?
oh my god.
What a qualifier seed result. What a qualifier seed result.
We're not even done yet tonight. Like, there's still one more bracket to reveal.
Woo.
Okay, I think
So,
I will have to.
there's the 7K.
Yeah, there's still a 7K bracket. We'll have to take a short break and hope. We might have to end the stream for a bit and then go back and hope that the internet solves itself. If that's fine with everyone.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Pero just in case, we'll show everyone again just to be sure. Like, especially the top 8. Due to how everything went to the fan once we started top 8.
Yep.